Hey folks, so today we will talk about a quite interesting topic as usually about the sovereignty and the local fast. So I already have a video about the local fast architecture. I filmed it a year ago and explained why the local fast is crucial for self-sovereign identity. But I see that a lot of people do not understand what the local fast mean, and they mix the idea of the offline fast and all other things. So let's dive together how this post cloud and post internet focused architectures could look like. So if we will get back to the history, we jumping back and forward between the local and the cloud, because everything gets started from the big computers where people just share the time. After that, we get the personal computers where you just completely offline, working alone, and maybe connect from time to time to the network. And the internet is super expensive. After that, we get this era of clouds, era of internet, and everything moves to cloud, and you get some really cool features, like everything is accessible for you and everything is stored somewhere away. But we get the problem that we bring our devices with ourselves to the internet, and it's really benefits to have something hosted outside, because you're not locked to the device anymore. But if internet connection disappear, you completely useless. And the problem is that if one of the cloud providers shut down the service, all your data go away. Or if a cloud provider shut down the service and give you opportunity to download your data as a bunch of JSON files, they satisfy some laws that the data is portable, but on practice you couldn't do nothing with this bunch of JSONs, because actually software that work with this data is not available anymore. So what's to do, and how to marry these two approaches of the offline experience, and actually the connectivity is the local fast. And the local fast architectures, it's really cool. They solve so many things and they have so many benefits. So first of all, we have from Martin amazing paper. It exists for a long time about this 7 principles of the local fast. And the first principle of the local fast, you have no spinners. And it's the coolest part, that as far as everything runs on your device and you interact with the local database, you don't have the synchronization, network overheads, and all of the kind of layers that we need to build between the app and classical web server. So you have quite smooth and seamless experience. So it's this, super cool. But offline fast and local fast differ, because with the local fast, you're not locked to your device. And it's the second principle, that you could continue your work on different devices. And it's the main difference and benefits to compare with the offline mode. That you could go offline, but you could sync with from your phone to your iPad, from your iPad to your computer, and it's super cool. And in this setup, network is optional, but it's not excluded. So we take a benefit actually from the network for the sync. We take a benefit from the peer-to-peer. So I really believe, and I agree with Martin on his latest interview, that we need a hybrid solution where we combine the peer-to-peer device sync together with the cloud, because sometimes devices not simultaneously online. And we could benefit if we have this hybrid solution of the sync server, semi-centralized, together with the peer-to-peer network. The next thing, that as far as you already could sync your devices, it's super cool, but right now it's not so far from the possibility to have the collaborative edit with your colleagues. So it's simply collaboration experience with the local fast with other people. And we have a lot of examples of such applications, and the Google Doc is the most popular one, and so on. But now there's a couple of super important concepts that makes sense for the sovereign data and sovereign personality. First of all is the concept of the long now. Because we prefer the data formats that are interoperable, we prefer the data formats that could be reusable, and if a service goes offline, you have the data that you could change the purpose and continue use and all of the things. So this one is really have a lot of common things with the self-sovereign principles of the interoperability, portability, and transparency, and it's the same value as a local fast share. And the next important thing that is privacy and security first, because as far as all the data stay with you on your device and you don't share the data heavily with the third-party provider that just lock the data and do the terrorism that if you will not pay subscription, we will take your data away, then with the local fast, it's more natural to have the privacy and security. And what's more important, that you have a total ownership. Yeah, so all of the data is yours. And main thing that in a local fast, the local copy of the data take a priority. So it's not just extensive caching. It's slightly different, that your local copy actually is the main source of truth. And the synchronization and eventual consistency is just yet another benefit that allows you to unlock the multi-device and collaboration features. So it's mean that we combine the sovereign data together with the sovereign compute, because piece of the software that actually interact with the data and give you the benefits actually hosting on your device, and you have all the tools to continue operation even if you're offline, or even if the service is not available anymore. So the local fast, it's interesting things, and I observing for the last year when I previously filmed my video that the community is growing, and we get more and more cool tools, a lot of really amazing work around the CRDTs and synchronization of the classical relational databases and so on. Auto-merge gets stronger, auto-merge gets the Rust implementation, so it's super cool work. I see the emerging work of the Electric SQL and Electric SQL folks. They do the synchronization of the SQLite together with the synchronization of the Postgres, and Sierra SQL and all other things. There's the huge amount of cool projects that allow us to build applications completely different with the local fast architecture. And the main benefit of the local fast architecture for the developer, that you eliminate so many different layers, because right now you need to build the front end, and then you need to build the server, and you have the multi layers where you just crunching data and transferring data over the network, and not just transferring the data over the network, but you have these multiple layers where you just changing the representation and so on, and it's insane, and it's required a crazy amount of costs. And when we go local fast, we really simplify, because we have the less layers, less interactions, less data transformations. And right now I see intriguing project like Refill that actually changed the approach how we see the database, because we put our UI state together with our business logic data and all other data just to the database, and we get the reactivity of the queries. So you have the reactive database and reactive UI and everything running on top of the classical relational model. And it's mind-blowing if we combine this approach of the reactive databases with the agnostic sync layer. And agnostic sync layer is something that local fast community talking for a long time, that you have the open protocol that really knows how to sync the data between the devices and between the users, but it's not focused exactly what kind of data it is. And for example, thinking the relational data really could transform a lot of applications. So it's super cool topic. I really working right now in a Keen as a local fast application. So that's, for me, it's not just a theoretical research, it's the practical thing. And it will be the local fast conference in a couple of months in Berlin. So I will leave the link to the conference tickets and so on my video. So I will be there. I will be happy to see you there. And even if you're not working in the space of the sovereign data, but you are a regular web developer, I really recommend you to take a look to the local fest, because it's really the transformation of what we currently doing with the huge benefits for the user. So see you. Choose.